Contacts the site.
Contacts the site. Then once the site is being contacted, what will be the next step?
Obtains CDA.
So then we are going to obtain the CDA. What is CDA?
Confidential Disclosure Agreement.
Okay, so what this agreement is all about?
Gives the assurance to the sponsor that all the information will be confidential.
Yes, so all the trial related information. So once that assurance the sponsors receive, what is the next step that the sponsor is going to do?
Send the protocol and feasibility questionnaires, which contains all the questions related to the site.
Good. Okay, now this protocol, what the study is all about, and the feasibility questionnaire will be sent to that particular site which the sponsor is trying to consider for carrying out the trial. So now the principal investigator is going to review the protocol, that what the study is all about. He is going to check the protocol. Yes, that what is the investigational product, what are the things that needs to be carried out during the trial, how many procedures, how many patients, at how many sites this trial will be carried out. So all those details, the complete study plan, they can see in the protocol. Okay, so after that, they are going to complete the feasibility assessment. Yes, so the feasibility questionnaire is being sent out by the sponsor, right? So now this feasibility questionnaire will contain a lot of questions. Okay, so after this, we are going to see what all questions are there in the feasibility questionnaire. So the principal investigator, with the help of the clinical research coordinator, they are going to complete the feasibility questionnaire. Yes, do you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so they are going to complete the feasibility questionnaires, in which all the capabilities that, or the facilities that the sponsor is going to find in a suitable site, all those relevant questions will be present in that questionnaire. Yes. So these questions will be answered by the principal investigator with the help of CRC. And once this feasibility questionnaire is being completed, this questionnaire will be returned back to whom? To the sponsor. Now the sponsor team will go through all the answers that are being provided by the site in the questionnaire, and if they feel that yes, all those facilities that the sponsor is looking in a site, all those facilities are available at that site, they are going to schedule a meeting, okay, with the site. And now they are going to the site to do in person, they are going to go to the site and do the evaluation. Okay, so they will cross check that whatever answer that is present in the feasibility questionnaire, whether all those facilities really exist. Okay, so to cross check that and to check the interest of the investigator, they are going to schedule a meeting with the site, and that meeting is known as site selection visit. Okay, do you all get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask questions now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now Wrinkle will answer. Okay, Wrinkle, what will be the first step in site selection?
Okay, ma'am. The first step will be the contacts the site.
Okay.
Yes. And after that, we will obtain the confidential disclosure agreement. It is like
Okay.
it is for the sponsor. In this, the investigator will the assurance to the sponsor, all the information that is shared now will be confidential.
Will be kept confidential.
Yeah, will be kept confidential. After that, it will send the protocols and the feasibility.
So this signed document will be sent back to the sponsor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, now Dharmika, what will be the next step?
Ma'am, the investigator will sign the confidential disclosure agreement
Then they will review the protocol and they will conduct the feasibility assessment. Then after that, after completing the assessment, they return back the CDA and the feasibility questionnaires to the sponsor.
So first is the CD agreement that will send back to the sponsor. Okay, so once the CD is being signed, after that the sponsor is going to send the feasibility questionnaire and the protocol to the site. Before that, the sponsor is not going to disclose any of the trial related information with the site. Is this much clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
The next step, Sahil?
Yes, ma'am. After that, the sponsor schedule a meeting and conduct site evaluation visit, and then send the notification or email by the letter and by the email to the site selection to the investigator.
So now they will be going in person to the site to check whether the site, whatever they have mentioned in the feasibility assessment, whether those facility does the site exactly having or it's just mentioned. Okay, so to cross check to make the assurance that all those facilities are available at the site and to make sure that the investigator is really keen to do that study and the investigator has sufficient time to devote for that study. Okay, now the sponsors team will be scheduling a meeting which is known as site selection visit, and they will be going to the trial site. Okay, so the site will be notified via email that on this particular day they want to conduct the site selection visit. Now the sponsor team will be going to the trial site to do the in-person evaluation to check all the capabilities of the site. Is this much clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no. Okay, so we were talking. So this is what we talked about, right? So first thing is the site will be contacted. Now after that, the CDA agreement will be signed. And after what CDA agreement will be what? Site will be receiving
Sponsor.
Feasibility question.
Feasibility questionnaire.
protocol. After that, there will be in-person visit, right? So that is known as site selection visit. Yes. So what are the things that the sponsors team is going to check at the trial site that we are going to see now? Yes. So this is what we talk about is the CD agreement. CD agreement is also known as what?
Non-disclosure agreement.
Legal binding agreement.
So CDA is also known as non-disclosure agreement. So it's a agreement, it's a legal agreement which is being signed between whom?
Between investigator and sponsor.
So what this agreement will state?
All the trial related information shared between the sponsor and the investigator will be kept confidential.
Yes, good. So once this agreement is in place, we are going to start with the feasibility assessment. Okay. So this is how the questionnaire look like. So this questionnaire is of few sheets, which is being prepared. What do you think? Who will prepare this questionnaire?
Sponsor.
Right? Because sponsor is the one who wants to evaluate the site, right? He wants to check whether the site is capable. So what are the capabilities they are looking into the site will be decided by the sponsor in the feasibility questionnaire, right? So when we are just going to go through these questionnaires, and we will see that in this questionnaire, the details of the investigator will be captured. Okay. So the principal investigator, who is the principal investigator, their medical registration license number, and all other details that we're going to discuss in the next slides, those information will be collected. Then the detail about the trial sites will be collected. Then what the investigator feels by looking into the protocol, that as per the eligibility criteria, whether the investigator will be capable to recruit that many patients for that study or not. Okay, so that if that number investigator has to provide in the feasibility questionnaire, that if the sponsor is planning to recruit maybe 10 patients per month, whether the investigator is capable enough to recruit those 10 patients, or what the investigator think, whether he'll be able, or he or she will be able to recruit that many patients, or more than that, or less than that. So related to eligibility criteria, the questions will be raised in the feasibility questionnaire. Then the qualified study staff availability. So all the study team members, the investigator team members, who all are there in the team, what is their qualification, their experience, their trainings, those records, data will be collected in the feasibility questionnaire. Then the infrastructure related details, that the complete detail about the infrastructure, site detail will be captured, that how many story building it is, how many evaluation rooms are there, how personal pharmacy is there devoted for the research purpose, how many examination room, how many are there, whether the hospital is having ICU units, how many bed ICU unit is there. So all these relevant questions will be captured. Then that site is a rented place, or it's there on their own land. So if the site is at a rented place, then what the rent agreement says, right? How long the site can stay at that particular place. Maybe the contract is for 3 years and this trial needs to be conducted for 5 years. So those type of relevant questions are being raised with the site. So that's why it's important to know about the site details. Then coming to ethics committee details. So whether the ethics committee is in place to review the study, then the complete composition of ethics committee, the registration number of ethics committee, how often the ethics committee is conducting their meetings. Okay, so those relevant questions will be there in the feasibility questionnaire. Then if the site underwent any audits, any inspection, so what was the outcome of the audit or inspection, those reports, those details will also be collected in the feasibility questionnaire. So these are the different sections that you will find in the feasibility questionnaire, and the relevant questions related to this will be present in it. Okay, so now we are going to go in detail one by one related to this. So first we will be covering the questionnaire. Okay, then we'll be discussing rest of things. So coming to the site selection checklist. So these are the questions that you will see in the feasibility questionnaire that is being created by the sponsor. And when they come to the site for evaluating the site, for selecting the site, they will carry this questionnaire with them and they will cross-check all the details. So first thing, that when they reach to the trial site, they have the investigators meeting, they will request for the investigator's CV. Okay, so they will collect the principal investigator's CV first thing. In that, they are going to check their qualification. Suppose the sponsor wants to conduct the study for maybe any bone disorder. Okay, so what should be the qualification of the investigator? What do you think?
He must be done the qualification in orthopedics, MBBS.
Yes. So he should be at least MS in ortho, right? Then that details will be present in the CV. Apart from that, they are going to see all their relevant certificates related to their degrees. They will also check their license, whether their registration is still valid with Medical Council of India, that is MCI. Then they will check their trainings, whether they are being trained on what they need to be trained on to do the clinical research. Yes,
GCP guidelines,
they should be trained on GCP. Yes.
ICMR guidelines,
Okay.
21 CFR,
21 CFR. Okay. Part
21,
part
Part 7.
11. Yes. And so this means they should be well trained with all the regulations, right? Plus, they will also check their qualification, they will check their training, plus, they will also check their experience. So, what kind of experience the PI should have? What do you think? Hmm? Experience in doing the
Clinical trial related
clinical
experience.
research, right? So when the sponsor team comes to the trial site to do the evaluation of the trial site, will check that how much experience the investigator is holding in carrying these kind of clinical trials. So if the therapeutic area we talk about, the research is all about ortho studies, then the experience that we are looking for in the investigator should be related to ortho, right? He should have done a couple of years. He is being involved in doing the clinical research in this particular therapeutic area. Apart from that, they will also check the publications, whether the investigator has any publications for the researches that they have conducted, right? Plus, what are the ongoing studies that the investigator is involved in? So that is also being checked. Plus, they will also check whether the investigator's site underwent any audits or inspection. So, if maybe 3 audits are being conducted, so what is the outcome of audit, or if any inspection is being carried out by the regulatory authority, what was the outcome of that